Now, I've been looking forward to talking to you about something we have in common. We are both 5'11".
Oh, yes.
And
normal, what I say, normal height.
Well, it's funny. I have a friend who's about 5'4", and she wears a size like 6 shoe or something. And whenever we would joke around about it, she's like, "I'm average size," and I'm like, "Okay,
no, you're wee.
You're tiny.
They're wee."
My mom's only 5'2". My grandmother was like 4'9" and
Where'd
even
your
smaller.
Height come from?
My dad is 6'9".
Oh,
so,
whoa.
Hard overcorrect.
And I'm not gonna lie. Doesn't it irritate you when the wee people take the tall guys?
Do you know the number of conversations? My sister's 5'9". I'm 5'11". When we were in high school, we would always complain about, well, this girl's like 5 feet tall and she's dating a guy who's 6'5". You can't save that for us. And my mom would always be like, "Hello, excuse me."
See, I don't know. I would have some issues with your mom. I'd be like,
we gave it to her. Let me tell you, she did not come out unscathed. But she would always stand up for herself. And it's, you know what, to be fair.
Her little self, she'd stand on her toes.
That's it.
She'd look up and say, "Hey."
That's it. Now, I always talk about how being tall shaped me growing up. But I'd love to hear more about your experience. Were you always comfortable with your height? And like, was that where did that start? Or was it something you had to learn and grow into?
I think it's a little bit of both. I was always kind of a tomboy, having a big brother. I was always trying to keep up, and I always found what the boys were doing were more interesting, right? And we had cousins who were 2 boys that we were close with, some of our favorites. And so I'm the only girl. And my father raised me. It's like, if Craig is learning how to do something, you're going to learn it too. So my dad was a boxer. So he got us both boxing gloves because he was like, "You're going to learn how to punch." And Craig had his larger size boxing gloves and I had my little ones, and we do these spars, and I could always hit him harder. So I was fast. I loved to run. So I was taught to embrace that part of me, so in my home, I felt tall. I felt proud. But then you go out into the world, right? Before Title IX, being a sporty girl wasn't a thing, right? Like, what do you do? I don't think there was any place for my parents to put that gift, that interest, right? I took dance lessons. I was trying to be more girly, and girly meant you were smaller than the guys. And then as you got older, you found that, guys would be lying about their height, especially because I grew up in basketball culture, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because my brother played everything, right? So, and I dated a lot of guys on his team, because those are the guys I were meeting. So I would meet some taller guys, but they were always lying about their height.
A roster height is at least 2 inches.
Roster height. Yep. For men, it's like 6'2".
Yeah.
You are not 6'2", not if I'm 5'11".
We're eye to eye, dude.
We're eye to eye. Maybe you're 6. But that roster height,
yes,
boy, so I look at somebody's roster height, and then so they try to make us feel crazy. Like, "Oh, no, you're not 5'11". It's like, no, I'm exactly 5'11".
I have no reason to lie about my height.
As an adult, I have now grown to love it. But I came up in a generation that, like, there wasn't the tall size, right? So the worst thing about being tall without the tall sizes is the pulling up your sleeve because your sleeves are too short.
Yes.
Everything is just a little too short. You
always look like you're expecting a flood.
Exactly. And I'm just sort of like, come on, people, a couple of more inches because the littler ones can hem their pants.
That's it. I always told people when they told me they were envious of my height, I would always say, well, careful what you wish for, because I can't chop off my feet and make my pants fit, but you could wear heels and have your pants fit. Yes.
And I love a heel, right?
I do not shy away, especially in my adult life. I do not shy away from a heel.
Neither. My girls don't either. They're like, they've got to get over it, you know.
Good.
So, Sasha loves a big chunky heel, and Malia too. They love their big chunky boots.
Good. I do make it a point whenever I meet tall girls, especially younger girls, who you can tell are just sort of like they have the slight roll to the shoulders.
Just sort of.
They're trying to look an inch or two shorter. I'm like, stand up straight.
Stand up straight.
Stand up straight.
The other thing that's hard, like especially when I see myself in conversations with people, I still have that because I'm trying to hear them.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yep.
So you're tall. And people are
you're
talking
a mile away.
There's a conversation going on down there.
Yep.
And you're like, I'm sorry, I can't hear. It's not traveling up.
Yes.
So I find myself in pictures, I'm leaning over.
Yes.
And I hate that, but I can't hear them down there.
Yes. I also find that oftentimes if I'm talking to someone shorter, I will physically take a step back. That it doesn't feel like I'm
like just hovering over, like over. I'm going to eat you alive.
Yes, exactly. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Yes.